Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. You can join me, Lily. Yes, you can. You can join me. Oh, boy. Say hi, everybody. This is Lily. I wish Pixie would come over, but she's sitting on the couch, relaxing. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to make this video real quick. I'm going to get right to it. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome. But I wanted to make this video because I know that the holiday season is not always the happiest time of the year for a lot of people. And I just felt like, that needs to be acknowledged for those of you that are going to be struggling with this holiday season. There's a lot of reasons. There's an awful lot of reasons why people are not going to be enjoying the holidays so much this year. There's tons of reasons. And let's get into that. Maybe you just got a divorce, lost your job, you're being evicted from where you're living. Someone has passed on, and you can't even imagine them not being at your home, at the table for Thanksgiving, for Christmas. Maybe your kids aren't going to be in your home for one reason or another. Maybe you've lost a child and you can't even picture going through the holidays. You're estranged. Maybe you're estranged from family members or friends, whatever. And you're dreading the holidays for a lot of reasons. And with all the joy that is always put on TV and movies and YouTube videos and cards even, everything is just, it's this wonderful time of the year. Well, it's not for everybody. And I just kind of felt like I needed to talk about that because too many people are going through some very difficult times, and they've got all these other people all around them with just this joy. Sorry guys, but my hair is bugging me in the back. They're covered or surrounded by joy. Excuse me. Joyful this, joyful that, what have you. But they're not feeling that way. And you're not feeling that way. Maybe you're watching this right now and you're thinking, man, I can't even stand the thought of Thanksgiving. I can't even stand the thought of Christmas. I don't even want to think about it. For whatever your personal reason is. Maybe you have bad memories from childhood Christmases, or not even just childhood. Maybe you just have painful memories from Christmases for one reason or another, or Thanksgiving. I have a friend who I just talked to her the other day, and she told me she got rid of all of her holiday decor, everything, from Valentine's on forward. Nope, she got rid of it all. She doesn't want to do it anymore. She doesn't want to go through the trouble of putting it all out, putting it away, what have you. And that happens as you get older. So, for a lot of people, not all of you, of course, but for those of you that are going through that, you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm 50, I'm 60, I'm 70, I'm 80, whatever. I don't want to do this anymore. Well, that's understandable. And there's a lot of reasons. There are so many reasons why the holidays are not happy for people, for a lot of people. And until somebody walks in your shoes, they have no right to criticize you or make you feel bad for not just being joyful and cheerful for the holidays. I've watched some videos where I've seen not just elderly people, I've seen some people much younger, 30s, 40s, where they're like, oh man, the thought of going through all this Christmas stuff. I definitely understand that. It can be very daunting, very exhausting to go through the whole thing. It's been so commercialized, it's all about the gifts, how much you spend on gifts, how many gifts, it's really gotten commercialized to the point that Christmas is just, it's all about buying, and that's not really what it's supposed to be about. But of course, who doesn't enjoy gifts? I do. I still enjoy getting gifts. Kids, of course, do. But you know what I mean by saying it's too commercialized. It's just not what it used to be. And and memories, the memories of Christmases and Thanksgivings can be very painful. They can be very, very painful because someone is no longer there, or because things in your life have changed so much that the memories of those good times or those bad times around the holidays can really bring you down. They can really bring you down. And then you get people telling you, oh, just enjoy it, you know, that's past, what have you. Well, a lot of those people, maybe they just have it better. Maybe they were dealt a better hand of cards in their life, and they can't understand what you're going through, what you're feeling. Maybe you're elderly and you have no family left. You literally have no family left, and you have no one to share it with. Not even elderly. I've seen videos of younger people who they're dreading the holidays because they have no one to share it with for whatever reason. And there's just so much. There's so many things that can make the holidays not a happy time, and can make it to where some people absolutely dread the holidays. Maybe you don't want to cook anymore. Maybe you're just tired of the whole cooking thing, right? Maybe you don't want to go through that whole process of cooking all that food and being exhausted by the time everybody gets together. I'm not this year. Last year, guys, I put up a little 3-foot fake tree. I just didn't have it in me last year. It's like I didn't want to have all the memories of my Christmas tree with all the ornaments from my kids and grandkids and nephews and what have you from long ago. Last year, I just couldn't. I couldn't put it up. I thought, I do not want to sit here, especially when you live alone. It can be hard to look at all of that stuff around you, and you're like, oh my gosh, those days will never come back again. Because, guys, interestingly enough, the most wonderful memories can cause you the most pain when you think about them. So some people are just like, I can't do this anymore. I just can't. I mean, I wasn't even going to decorate for fall. But then I was FaceTiming with my daughter Angela the other day, and she was showing me her house decorated, and I thought, oh, I got inspired from that. And because we also got snow that day, which here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, that's not very common. So that morning woke up to rain, and then it turned to snow, and then I saw her house, and I thought, I'm decorating. So I decorated. I pulled everything out of the boxes and decorated, and I'm glad I did. It feels really good. But the emotions for fall decor, for me anyway, fall is my favorite time of the year, but the emotions that come with the fall decor is not the same as the Christmas decor. You know, Christmas decor can bring up a lot of really strong memories and emotions from times past, and sometimes you get to a point in life where it's like, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to see it. It's hurting me. It hurts to think of those memories. And there's nothing wrong with that. Don't come down on yourself for feeling that way. And then, you know, maybe you're depressed, for who knows what reason. You're just depressed, or you're suffering with a lot of anxiety for whatever reason, and the holidays bring on even more anxiety, and you're like, oh. Or maybe you don't want to get together with family because there's going to be family members there that you're not too thrilled with, and you're like, I really don't want to be around so-and-so. And so that causes you a little anxiety, and you're like, oh God, I don't want to do that. There's just so much. There's so much that can make the holidays not the most wonderful time of the year. A lot of things. And, you know, for me this year, well, because of COVID, I'll start real quick. When COVID started, of course, and everybody was terrified to even walk out their door, well, everything changed for a lot of people. I still have to be very cautious, guys. I'm still wearing a mask, doing what have you, because when COVID first came out, I got violently ill in a way that I've never been sick in my entire life. I was so sick that, thank goodness, my son, Nathan, he lives in town, he still came to stay with me for a few days. I got sick Christmas Eve. of 2019 and was sick. I didn't even get rid of the cough until April. But I was so sick. I was so sick. He literally had to practically carry me to and from the bathroom because I couldn't walk. I was so sick. I had the worst symptoms you can imagine, including losing my taste of sense and or smell and taste for about a year and a half it took to come back. And on top of that, the virus settled in my ear and caused me to go almost completely deaf in my left ear. So I am now, I don't know if you can see it, but I've got a hearing aid in now because that virus settled in my ear. And my audiologist, whom I just saw last week for a recheck, she said a lot of people are coming in with partial or complete hearing loss from COVID and from the vaccine, guys. Yeah, she said hearing loss is coming from the vaccine as well. So there's a lot of reasons. You know, maybe you know somebody who's, you know, their immune system is suppressed, or they're a lot elderly and you don't want to be around them. You might get them sick. I do have to worry. I have grandkids who are in school. And, well, we know there's COVID, there's RSV, there's the flu, and kids are around all of that. So it changes things. So my son Nathan has been the one who comes to stay with me and celebrate Thanksgiving and Christmas because it's just him, you know, which is less exposure. No, baby. Which is less exposure. So he comes to be with me. So it's changed dynamics in my life as well, you know. Yeah, I'll FaceTime with them and see them, but it is scary. In the summer we get together, but we go outside most of the time, or I have the air conditioner on blowing out the air and the doors are open, you know, so you got circulation. In the winter, Lily, no, in the winter you're all enclosed inside, so I do have to worry about that. The elderly really do. I'm in the high risk, you know, bracket there. So there's a lot of things that have changed because of COVID and RSV and the flu, what have you, whatever you, there's a lot to worry about. And I know a lot of people will say, oh, well, you can't live your life in fear, this and that and that. Well, let me tell you something. When you lose your hearing because of a virus, I never dreamed I'd be wearing a hearing aid at my age. I never did. I mean, I'm 68, and I thought that would be something like in my late 70s or 80s maybe. So that it's not an easy thing to get used to. It's a big change. And so yeah, I'm going to continue being cautious because I don't want to lose the hearing in this ear. This ear has perfect hearing. So I'm still being cautious. So there are a lot of reasons. Things just aren't going right in your life for whatever reason. Maybe you just broke up with somebody. Maybe you're separated from your husband or wife or partner or whatever. Maybe you're moving. Maybe you have to move for whatever reason. Maybe your kids, you know, maybe there's estrangement from your kids or from other family members or friends or whatever, and things aren't going to be the same, so you're kind of like, you know. Well, that's certainly understandable to dread those holidays. And I just wanted to touch on that because a lot of people, you know, who do have everything going really well for them and I don't know, they seem to have that picture perfect life for Christmas. Maybe they were just held, you know, handed a better or dealt a better deck of cards for their life. They view it a very different way, whereas somebody who's struggling, you feel kind of isolated in your feelings, like, gosh, I can't enjoy the holidays very much because of this, that, or the other reason. And sometimes it might make you feel very alone, like you're the only one, you know, like, gosh, why am I dreading Christmas? Or why am I this? Why am I that? And like I said, the cooking and the cleaning and all that goes with, you know, like, no, stop. You know, like when you're going to have somebody come over, what do? You clean your house like a mad person, right? You're cleaning, going shopping for all the stuff to make the dinner, making the dinner, cleaning up afterwards, having the guests over, whatever. sometimes that can just be so overwhelming there that you're like, I just don't want to go through all this. And you know, it can be hard. And all I can think of is one of the memories for me for Christmas that is wonderful is when I was a little girl. My family moved to Santa Fe, and it was Christmas time, and my mother and her sister, my Aunt Ollie, whom I loved her, she was wonderful, and my cousin Vanjie and I. Okay, it was my mom, my Aunt Ollie, me, and my cousin Vanjie. We went to the Santa Fe, or the Civic Plaza in Santa Fe, New Mexico. That's where we lived. And right when we got there and we were walking on the outside, it started to just flurry. Just a flake here, a flake there, just a little bit cloudy and dark. And they were playing Silver Bells. And Silver Bells, because of that, is my favorite Christmas song. I hear that one and it will actually bring me to tears because it was such a wonderful memory, a happy one. So that's what I'm going to have up this year, guys. I'm going to put up a little 3-foot tree that I've been putting up the last 3 years since COVID started with, or no, it was just last year that I put it up, with just silver bells. And I don't know if I'm going to bring much else out. I have like, oh my gosh, 10, 11 huge plastic totes filled with Christmas stuff. And excuse me, and I don't know that I really want to bring all that out, because the memories when I look at those ornaments on the tree, when I did have the bigger tree up and everything, oh, there were times I just wanted to cry and did cry once I started living alone. It was painful to look at them. I was like, oh my God, that made me think of this or that. And I just couldn't do it last year. And so, and I also have a huge tote full of lights for outside. Don't know if I'll do that either. It just depends on where my mood goes by the time Christmas time comes, because last year it was too much. I just couldn't do it. It was just way too much, guys. The thought of sitting here alone, yeah, people come to visit, but you're living alone. And the thought of me looking at all the stuff that made me think of when my grandkids were little and smaller, you know, younger, it was too painful. You know, I still have my little 4-year-old Jack, my daughter's little boy. He's just 4, so he's still into all that. Her other ones are 14 and 13, teenagers, you know. Then I have Alex and Autumn, my son Josh's kids. They're still young, but times are changing, things are changing, and sometimes the memories can be a little bit too much. You know what, guys, I think it might be getting a little too dark. Here, let me change this shade real quick. The sun is setting, yay. There we go, get a little more light in here. But yeah, oops, times are changing, and I don't know. I don't know that I want to have all of that around me. I think, you know, those of you that are struggling with the holidays coming up, you understand what I'm saying. You know, and I don't want to cook anymore. I don't want to cook because of the, I got shingles about 10 years ago, right below my shoulder blade on the left. And when you're cooking, you know, you're bent over, you're cooking, you're doing the dishes, whatever, it would aggravate that area to the point that, guys, I literally would have to stop cooking and sometimes just bend over and lean on the kitchen counter because the pain would get so bad. Take some aspirin, wait for it to help. So I don't miss the cooking at all. So this year, because of worries, what have you, of illness, what have you, last year my daughter and her family had the flu at Christmas. So it's just going to be me and Nathan again this year. I'm not cooking. So right now, he's looking for a good restaurant to get some really good food the day before, and then on Christmas Day we're going to heat it up and enjoy it. And I like that. I like the thought of not cooking on Christmas Day. I love it. I just want to relax on that day uh, without cooking, you know. I, for those of you that love to cook, of course that won't hit you, but those that are done with it, maybe you're just tired of it. I mean, Christ, I was married 22 years and raised 5 kids, made a zillion meals. And I don't want to do it anymore. I'm just not into the cooking anymore. So I want to enjoy the day. Just heat it up and sit with my son and, you know, visit and talk and FaceTime with my other ones and just enjoy the day. So, you know, maybe all of you are feeling the same way, like you're just done with all of the tradition. Maybe it's too much for you anymore, regardless of your age. This isn't just elderly. I've seen younger people talking about how they just don't want to go through the whole thing. And I get that. It's like, yeah, it's a lot of work. I mean, you think about it, guys. Christmas time, and well, Thanksgiving, yeah, with the meal preparation, but with Christmas, you know, comes the... I thank goodness for Amazon, because with Christmas comes the shopping to find whatever for whoever. I'm so glad for Amazon. It's like, yep, that's perfect. I'm ordering that. Yep, I'm ordering that. I don't even want to think of going out into the crowds shopping for Christmas gifts anymore. I don't do that anymore. It's just not worth it to me. The long lines and all that, no thanks. So Amazon is a lifesaver for me to get things for people. So maybe you're tired of that too. Maybe, you know, maybe financially you're thinking, you know, I don't have enough money to get things for my kids or for other people. Maybe you're struggling financially. And so that brings on stress and anxiety about, oh my gosh, Christmas is coming. I can't afford this, I can't afford that. And you're very stressed out because Christmas has turned into such a buy time of year. You know, let's buy this, let's buy that. And so that creates stress. And you're dreading it. There's just so many reasons why you personally may not be looking forward to these holidays, and boy do, you know, I understand that. I have, you know, issues in my life as well that have changed circumstances of gatherings, family gatherings. And I've just had to learn to, I realize that's the way it is. I can't change it. That's just the way it is. And you just have to move on. So I just wanted to make this video because I want you to know you're not alone. There are a lot of people out there, a lot of people who are not looking forward to Thanksgiving and Christmas every year for one reason or another. You know, I miss my brother, my sister, my mother, my father. They're all gone. And I miss that. You know, it's hard to know that they're not going to be around anymore. So, you know, for those of you that are feeling like you don't want to do the whole process, don't. I'm not going to cook. Like I said, I'm not going to cook. I'm ordering my gifts online. I'm not going to get out to those crowds. I don't know, maybe it's time you just change your view of how you celebrate those holidays. Change your way of doing it. Explain to your families for whatever reason, you know, like, especially if you're elderly. If you're getting up there, you know, and you're kind of tired of all the doing the traditional stuff, maybe it's time you just say, look, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm tired of this. And don't do it, because you deserve the right to just enjoy the day too, you know, make it as simple and joyful as you can, because it can be very stressful. And for those of you that have lost somebody, someone has passed on, you can't imagine. You know, you can't imagine that day without them, Christmas or Thanksgiving. You're just like, oh, I can't go through this. And then maybe you shouldn't. And also think about, maybe there's somebody you know that is living alone and they have no one to share their holiday with. Maybe if you are going to celebrate, invite them over, you know, even if it's something just a very simple meal, or if not a meal, just maybe to come over and just visit for a while, if you know somebody that has no one to share it with. Because that can be a very hard time for somebody who lives alone and has nobody to share it with. So you might want to just invite them over, maybe. It might help you too, if you're alone. Might get together with somebody and say, no, Lily. You might get together and just say, let's have a little meal together. It doesn't even have to be anything special. The whole thing is that you're together, that you're with somebody. And if you absolutely can't find anybody to spend the time with, my heart goes out to you, because it can be a very lonely, very depressing time for a lot of people, an awful lot of people. I can't imagine waking up Thanksgiving and Christmas Day and knowing I'm not going to see anybody all day on those days. I really can't. Oh, that would be so painful. So guys, if you're dreading these holidays, I understand it. I've seen videos of people who just, I feel for them. They have so many reasons why they just don't want to face the holidays, and I certainly don't blame them. So I just kind of wanted to touch on that, because I know a lot of you are struggling with the holidays coming up. I know a lot of you are dreading it. You're absolutely dreading it, and you have your reason. And like I said, until someone walks in your shoes and knows that reason, well, they shouldn't criticize you, because you have your reasons, whatever they may be. But I will wish you a happy Thanksgiving, even though it's a little early, and I'll talk to you before that. But just in case, you don't see me before then, I want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving, and I hope it's a good day for you. But just needed to touch upon this, because I know that this time of year brings up so many emotions for so many reasons, and the happiest memories can cause you the most pain when you think about them. It's just a fact. And sometimes you can just let it go, sometimes you can't. And for me personally, I have to think about what's going to make me comfortable for the holiday. I live alone. I have to do what I need to do to feel comfortable for that time, whatever it may be. I don't know how I'll feel by the time Christmas time comes. Maybe I will want to deck out the house. Maybe I won't want to do more than my little 3-foot tree with silver bells. I don't know. We'll have to see. But anyway, guys, if you're struggling or you're dreading the holidays, don't be hard on yourself. You have your reasons. You have your reasons, and I want you to know there are a lot of people who understand it, and just don't come down on yourself. Just, it's what you feel. It's what you're feeling for whatever reason, and that's what you have to deal with. And the heck with what somebody else says. It's your life, and you have your reasons for whatever it is you're feeling towards the holidays. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna get. I just wanted to touch on this for a lot of reasons. Take care, and I'll talk to you later. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.